Hey everybody, it's Tuesday. We made it to Tuesday. Monday was over and done with. Honestly, Monday was a lot easier to function with than Tuesday has been so far. It's already 4:30 in the afternoon and I'm just now starting to have a few moments to be able to talk and begin the vlog experience for the day. So not really much has gone on other than work. And I don't like to talk a lot about work, mostly just because it's work and nobody really wants to talk about it too much usually. Plus, really, when you think about the back end of things, stuff's pretty boring for the most part. It's meetings, conversations, not really a lot of excitement. With that being said, that's pretty much what I've done most of the day. I really didn't even get a chance to do any Christmas shopping online. Normally for my lunch I would do something like that and talk with you guys. But I did not get even a chance to do that today. And this tells you I am terrible. So you guys, if you've watched for a little while, you've seen the Christmas lights outside. You know I do a big Christmas light display and stuff like that. I've gone to the Christmas lights. I've gone to Christmas festivals. And because I really enjoy the holidays. It's warm. It's fuzzy. It's great. I've yet to put up the Christmas tree in the house. Yeah, I have yet to put it up in the living room, or the dining room, I should say, as I moved the table a couple of weeks, like last week or week before last, because I have to move the dining room table to get the tree in, and I have yet to bring the tree out of the basement. I haven't done it. The decorations and everything are upstairs. I just have not brought the tree up and set it up, and I really need to find time to do that. When I'm going to have time, I don't know, but I need to find time to get it up to the upstairs world and let it shine bright for at least a couple of weeks. And by a couple of weeks, I usually take it down sometime in January because I'm lazy. But I don't know, I may take it down a little sooner this year just because of the fact that I don't really want it to be taking up all of my space. The cats like to play in it, so ornaments always end on the floor. And it's not a real tree. I used to do real trees, but I go with the fake one now. Just because it's easier to deal with. I've had it for 4 years, I think. It's 4 or 5 years. And it looks really good, so I just keep going with it. And no need to replace it. I'm not one of those people that have to replace my Christmas tree every year or anything. I usually just reuse the same one over and over and over again. So that'll be what I need to work on probably this week at some point, is get the Christmas tree up, because I feel like there's just not a lot of Christmas going on inside of my house. I have been listening to Christmas music, actually. The Disney radio stations I listen to, they are doing Christmas music. Well, one of them is doing Christmas music throughout the day, and they have a block of Christmas music, I think for an hour or 2 hours every day. So there's some Christmas music playing usually through that. The other station doesn't. They have a specific radio station that's separate from the original that plays just Christmas music for the holidays, which is kind of cool, I guess, if you really want to listen to a lot of Christmas music all the time. I have been listening to some of the Christmas music online. I was listening to some YouTube music while I was getting ready. I really like Oxford Out of the Blue. It is a vocal group. It's an all-guy vocal group from the University of Oxford. I quite enjoy theirs, mostly because it's good music. They do a really good job of the songs. Not just Christmas, but all songs. But they do a really good job of the Christmas songs, and the videos are so much fun. They're so lighthearted and humorous. Pretty much every video they do is lighthearted and humorous, and I really quite like them a lot. If I were to be in England by any chance, I would probably go see them, just because I've seen one of their shows on YouTube, and their live performances are just as good. Everybody likes Pentatonics for Christmas recently, and I'm kind of torn on that one. Pentatonics has a fantastic sound. Their Christmas music is great. I'm just not overly sold on a lot of it. I'm not sure why. I'm not. There was a couple of songs off of a few albums that I've really enjoyed from them. Not just Christmas, but in general. And they started out really good in my mind, and then something changed. I don't know what it was. And I started to kind of like them a little less and less. I think it's just me, maybe, personally. I don't know. I like a lot of their music, though. And when they had that one song that was on the radio all the time, Can't Sleep Love, that's it. That song was really catchy, really, really good. I really liked, off of one of their other albums, it was a medley of Daft Punk songs. That one I can listen to over and over again and never get tired. But something about their Christmas stuff I just don't really dig. I don't know if it's because they're trying too hard to put a spin on a classic song and try to make it their own, and it's not coming across that way or the way that I feel like it should. So, you know, Christmas songs, a lot of them are very classic. They're very steady, standard, if you will. I don't feel like they should be modified or changed a lot. That's what made them classics, was it was a song that was a classic. And I get the idea of being an artist and kind of changing things up a little bit, but you really don't have to for everything. And I like it when they're just normal. Also, I realized in when I was watching my videos the other day, I say a lot, but that's because a lot of these videos when I'm talking to you, I'm just making it off the top of my head, and I just kind of ramble on about whatever I feel like talking about for that moment, because that's what I do. I ramble. What can you say? What can you do? I just ramble, and I just instead of ummed, but same thing. It's a filler space. I had a horrible, I did it again, before. One of my old bosses, he used to rag me so hard because I used to do it so much. If you know, I work for kind of a call center company. Okay, not kind of, a call center company that handles many facets, but my department is specifically technical and support for technical devices. And I did it again. And before I started doing the role I'm in now, I did work taking calls. I did that before for a different company as well. That was always my filler go-to, is if I don't understand or if I don't know what's next to say, I will or and I'm probably talking to the choir because I'm sure everybody does it. I realize it doesn't sound very good, and I realize it doesn't sound very professional sometimes. So I worked really hard to get rid of it. When I'm thinking about things off the top of my head, a lot of times it just pops in there without me knowing. I feel like I could probably do a little bit better job of avoiding the ums and uhs, but it's part of who I am, really. When I think about it, when I think while I'm talking, I can avoid it. I've avoided it pretty well for the past few seconds or so, trying not to inject it, because normally there would have been one right there when I was talking. It's just kind of a nice thing to not have in a conversation, because it sounds like you're not making up something or you're not lying. Honestly, 90% of the time, I'm making stuff up and I'm lying. Okay, not really. It's more like 85%. Okay, so it's not even 85%. It's more like 99. So that's where I'm at today. Obviously, I'm just rambling on about whatever I feel like plopping into my head at the moment. We have talked about Christmas music. We've talked about decorating. We've talked about me saying too many times, or trying to think things up when I'm trying to. I'm staring at the camera, blabbling on when I should probably shut up and stop wasting your time. But I kind of like wasting your time. No, not really. I really enjoy having you around. It's lots of fun. I'm trying to get through the holidays. I really want to kind of muddle through that first. Try to put a focus on getting through it alive, really. Once I manage to get through it alive, then I hope to kind of start doing some different things with my daily vlogging. And I just did the umming in. Because I really want to create content that's a little more exciting. Right now, my lighting situation, as you guys know, I'm a photographer in my past. I do have some lighting, but not video lighting. And so my lighting is typically terrible. I've got the amber glow coming from here. I have, well, what's left of the afternoon light coming there. And a majority of what's lighting my face right now are computer screens, because I do have a lot of computer screens that typically are running all the time. So that's how I'm doing my lighting. So I may focus on getting some additional lighting as the year goes on, so that at least I'm visible when you listen to me ramble. I would also like to start working into using my camera, a bigger camera, a little more frequently. The quality is much better. I really don't like the time it takes to upload from it. It's so much easier to edit everything on my phone and pop it in there versus using the editor that I do have, because I don't use like Final Cut or anything because I'm not that fancy. But I would like to use the other camera a little more frequently to better the quality a little bit, and create a better viewing pleasure, if you will. But I also know that that camera is huge, very huge. And by very huge, I mean very huge. Now, of course, this lens is not the standard lens that I would use on there for videoing, but it is quite substantial in size. With the lens off, it's still a pretty good size. And so wandering around town doing this all over the place, and I really should not have stuck my finger in there, wandering all over town doing that all over the place and trying to talk to everybody, it looks a little weird. It's so bulky, it's really difficult to kind of drag around everywhere. There is a bit of a video quality difference. My phone is an iPhone 7 Plus, so it does shoot in 4K. A lot of the videos, I don't upload them in 4K because really and honestly, the front-facing camera does not really get the 4K quality, and I don't really like not looking into the camera, but I may start using this a little more in the future. May try to get into that a little bit. Also, I want to test the front-facing camera quality, so let's stop for a second and take a look at that. Alright, so I've swapped to the front-facing side of the camera this time. I tried this a minute ago and I accidentally just recorded the wall because I did not swap the camera around like a noob. I will say that shooting from this side is a little bit weird because I do focus on the camera lens more than I would if I was the other way because I can't see myself. But I also get to look at this really awesome Haunted Mansion phone case that I got from Disney. So there's that as well. So it's kind of bonus for me. Hi, Madam Leota. But yes, so I don't know. I'm just testing it out to see what the quality looks like. I wanted to see if there's a difference. Can you tell the difference? If you can tell the difference, let me know in the comments down below. I may swap it up. I mean, really and honestly, you don't need to see all this in high definition. At this point, I'm going to need some fancy lights and a makeup artist to keep me looking pretty decent. And that just means pretty decent because I ain't even close to looking good. So let me swap back around so I can see what it looks like. Alright, so I'm going to keep that piece of film in there, even though I probably shouldn't, because I realized, A, I couldn't frame my face up because I can't see myself, and B, I realized the quality is a lot better in the lighting that I currently have set up for the bad filming quality on the front facing is not ideal for the back side of the camera. So yes, definitely the other side of the camera is much better. I wish I could see what I was recording though, so I could frame it up better to make it work better. But who knows? I would like to experiment with some other things. I would like to play with some green screen. I know my background is kind of, well, not the greatest. And most people that you see on YouTube always have, like, especially if they're just talking to a camera, they have a pretty static background that looks pretty cool or general or like it belongs on Pinterest or something. Which, I mean, if I had not utilized my living room wall, that would be perfect. But I like my living room wall the way it is, so not moving everything around just so I can do that. But yeah, so I don't know. We may experiment with some things in the future. I would really like, as we move into the future, to bring our friends back that you've met a few times. Mustachio has not been around in a while, and I think he's on vacation or holiday somewhere. No clue. Hopefully he'll come back and say hi again to us eventually. He's just been taking a breather and trying to enjoy his life while I have to deal with my mundane everydayness as I have become an adult all of a sudden. So there's that. Anyway, I am rambled on a lot, rambled on enough to really just call this day done, honestly. There was not much else that I am going to do. I plan on getting done with this, cooking dinner, which tonight I'm making chicken curry, because I really like curries. And so I'm going to make a curry with some riced cauliflower on the bottom instead of rice, and watch a little television, and very possibly put up the Christmas tree. I wouldn't hold my breath on that one because, let's just face it, I'm lazy and I really don't feel like doing it. So maybe I will do it on the weekend. Maybe. So, but then again, Christmas is only like a week and a half away or 2 weeks away. So I really should probably get on that. But, as that is said and done, I am going to pack up the goods before I knock them off the table and break them, because I do need them next week for the wedding. Oh, yeah, gotta use that pictures for the wedding. So I'm going to go ahead and call this day done. I'm going to get back to work and finish out the day, go get some curry in my belly, and enjoy the evening. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you welcome me into your life if you watch every day, or if you even watch intermittently. Thank you for watching, welcoming me into your home, into your phone. I'm in your phone. I'm in your phone. Can you let me out of your phone? Anyway, I will see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be a little more exciting than today's video, but who knows? I'm a boring person. So I will see you guys on the other side. Till tomorrow.